Meeting to order, roll call. Here. Any conflicts to report? Item 4, approval of minutes of the meeting July 10th and July 17th.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item A, bid opening, 5th District, 171st Street from Wicker Avenue to Lindbergh Avenue.
First bid is from Reese Riley Construction Incorporated, 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana.
Part of that should be the electrical, there's electrical issues that we should get something that we take as confident as any as knowledge to do it. Shouldn't be an issue for a good purpose. So I think at this point, very nice agreement we need to talk to Dave.
You have your Form 96.
Well, it's going to be part of it. I'm going to get away from that portion of it because we need more connection.
They have their bid bond. And they have their non-completion affidavits, and their bid is $349,865. Next bid is from Walsh & Kelly Incorporated, 1700 East Main Street, Griffith, Indiana. They have their bid bond, their non-inclusion affidavit, and they have their Form 96. Their bid is $393,565. I'd like to make a motion these be referred to the consultant engineer recommendation.
Second. Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item B, bid opening, 840 Becker Street, 13 Chicago Street, both dwellings, 4913 Elm, 1325 Field Street, 560 Aspen Street, 510 to 12 Kenwood Street, 835 Lion Street, 827 Moore Street, 5730 Northcott, 1011 177th Place, 644 Sibley Street, 4320 Torrance Avenue, and 5606 Walter Avenue, House and Garage.
We have 4 bids. First bid is from BSR Demolition, 1370 Joliet, Dyer, Indiana. You have your Form 96 filled out. They're not inclusion affidavit signed. Your total bid is $89,703. Next bid is from KLF Enterprises, 7300 West 167th Street, Markham, Illinois.
There you go. That's it. Yep.
Here's your Form 96.
I got the bond
Their
insurance.
non-inclusion affidavit signed.
And all that stuff.
Their total bid is $142,500.
I had to come to the meeting first, I guess.
One comment I want to make is it appears that they're not all bidding the same. The other one has but that'll shake out in the calculation. Next bid is from Acton Contracting LLC, 1102 East Columbus Drive, East Chicago, Indiana. You have their Form 96. You have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $139,900. $337,085. Final bid is from JM Industrial Services Incorporated, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana.
We always go forward until it's fixed.
Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $93,000. I'd like to make a motion these be referred to code enforcement for tabulation and recommendation.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item C, supplemental agreement number 2 for right-of-way services in the NIPSCO Bike Trail Phase 2 project.
This actually is a reduction. It'll take the original agreement, which was $103,705, down to $92,850. It's being reduced because of changing the right-of-way phase. I'd like to make a motion to approve supplemental number 2.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item D, agreement with Ellis Construction Company, Inc. for the Northcott Avenue Bridge over Little Calumet River Bridge rehabilitation.
Yeah, this is the conversion of the Northcott Bridge into a flume bridge. They're going to start work on it Tuesday. Project cost is $394,244.40. It's going to be split 50-50 between Munster and Hammond. I'd like to make a motion that we sign the contract with Ellis Construction.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item E, change order number 2 for Willard Road, submitted by Nice Engineering Incorporated.
For additional work that needed to be done when they started putting sewers and water main and here. Additional leaks formed and it wasn't going to be replaced, so they ended up having to replace additional water main and additional sewer. Change orders in the amount of $26,360.35. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve that change.
Second. Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item F, correspondence received from Walton Kelly Incorporated requesting street closure of eastbound 167th Street at Indianapolis Boulevard, with westbound remaining open to install a drainage structure beginning on September 2nd, 2014.
This is a state highway project on the boulevard. Created a drainage issue on 167th, which is going to be fixed by this work. The closure is required. The installation of the drainage structure is going to start September 2nd, and it should be open within a week. It only closes eastbound 167th at Indianapolis Boulevard. Westbound will remain open. So I'd like to make a motion we approve that.
Motion, second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item G, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting approval of the promotion to the rank of Lieutenant for Sergeant C. Turner and Sergeant C. Burdine, effective August 28, 2014, with pay adjustment. Resignation of Officer A. Mago, effective August 21st, 2014, commission for the Schellinger Learning Center of Northwest Indiana to hold a 5K space race on Sunday, September 21st, 2014. Approval of street closures for the 9th annual Bazaar, Saturday, September 20th. Approval of the North Lake Pop Warner Parade. And ordinance number 9259 regarding towing fees and disposal authorizations.
Make a motion that we approve all of these requests.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item A, demolition hearing on property located at 5515 Calumet, 1108 Highland Street, 5927 Northcott Avenue, 3331 176th Place, 1033 Spruce Street, 5554 Walter Avenue, and 938 Wilcox.
That's not what it's on, but this is for hearing.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm here with regard to the last property you mentioned, 938 Wilcox.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Antar?
I'm sorry, what number are we on?
938
Last thing on the
Wilcox.
first page.
Oh, we're going on agenda, I'm sorry.
Item H.
You see, yeah, no problem. This is the last thing here.
All right.
Last one.
938 Wilcox.
938 Wilcox.
All right, on this one, have we signed a rehab agreement?
No, because he wants to make a couple changes. He wants to do the work himself. I've talked to Bert and everybody, and told me he has to get Dave Heine in there to figure out what he can do and what he can't do. It's just that he went to get his permit and he said he can do some of it, can do some of the work himself. And he's just trying to get that clarified what he can do.
Mr. President, 938 Wilcox is a demo. The owner has occupied the property, wishes to make some of the repairs himself. He's working with the building department to see what actually is within his capacity and what is outside of his capacity for self-repair. And I would just ask that we continue this till the November the 20th date for status.
That's my motion.
Motion? Second. All in favor? Ayes have
All
it.
right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Then we buy the property.
Morning.
3331, 176th Street.
What was that address again? Okay.
I got a performance bond on it.
Hold on one second.
I'm sorry, what was
3331 176th Place.
the door keeps opening? I can't hear you when the door opens.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault, it's locked.
We show that a demo inspection was paid for back in May, correct? All right, 33, 31, 176. And it was inspected on July 11th. And they are showing a bond, Mr. Cook. Is probably in the process of getting an inspection report done on that property, 3331 176th Place. So if we could, I think we'll continue this to November 20th in an effort to get a rehab agreement signed. Can you make sure to get these papers to Mr. Cook so he shows that you guys have a performance bond?
Where's that down?
Mr. Cook's in the back of the room, but make a copy and get those down to him downstairs so we show
Where do
that
I
you
go
have a
get the
performance.
copy at? I have to go get the copy.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I think she brought everything in.
Okay,
I don't know if she did. This is what she brought, gave me.
and the record can reflect that she is showing us both a performance bond and a payment bond for the work to be performed on the property. You just need to make sure to take this down to the building department,
In the
downstairs in the basement, okay?
Okay.
And we'll continue, we'd ask that it be continued November 20th.
My motion.
Motion? All in favor? Ayes have it.
Okay.
Next item, still on item H. The address 5516 Calumet Avenue.
All right. Mr. President, if you recall, this is a place that used to be a bar and restaurant until somebody drove into the front of it. Now it's a boarded up bar and restaurant. There's been absolutely no progress, and I would ask that the order be updated and demolition be affirmed. Enter.
Nobody's here. 516 Calumet. Make a motion that we affirm that order. Second.
Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Next address is 1108 Highland Street. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. President, the city would show that we did receive a letter on May 15th from Attorney Kovachkov, who said that the Bellamy Group had bought the property and was going to sell it to Ms. Corona, who's here present today. However, an order was never entered by this board. The only progress for the building commissioner is that there has been an upgrade in the electric. So I guess we have to ask Ms. Corona if any other progress has been made on the house regarding the repairs.
Yes,
You
yes,
can, go ahead.
yes. Yesterday, the inspector went, and,
Our city inspector?
yes, he's here in the back, Kurt, I think.
Kurt,
1108 Highland.
They're actually, the house is kind of nice on the inside, they're doing a good job. I inspected it yesterday, haven't had a chance to write the report, but we're definitely going to be able to everybody's permission to continue it, and get it into a rehab agreement probably by.
November 20th?
November 20th, good?
Be fine.
My motion.
Motion and a second.
November 20th,
All
okay.
those in favor? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. 5927 Northcott. Morning.
Good morning, it's 5727 Northcott. Yes,
5727 Northcott.
All right, I believe this is Miss Lyra,
yes.
who owns the house. His,
Right, I'll mail it there. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
do you know if attorney, are you working with Attorney Dabberton still? Okay, so, and Ms. Cantor was just in court with Attorney Janitas on this case, so she's got to share an update as to what's going on.
Mr. President, I've got some pictures of the property from March of this year and from August last week. There's been no repairs to the property. Attorney Janetis has filed a relief from stay of bankruptcy. The bank wishes to take the property back over so they can make the repairs. These are the pictures from March, those are the pictures from August last week. You can see that there's been no repairs or improvements. And I would ask that this board enter the order so that the city can proceed forward with the demolition. Or at least give the bank some cause to take possession and make repairs themselves.
I have been working on the siding. I had a little bit more and I'll be done today with the siding. I've been working on it all this week. I'm on vacation.
You can look at the pictures. The front window's been broken for 6 months. There's been garbage piled up for 6 months. And
What happened between March 28th and when you started on it this week?
I scheduled vacation for this week. I work for the School City of Hammond and during the summer, I'm really busy. I was working 12 hours a day. I just haven't had the time to do it. If you go over there, two of the inspectors were outside yesterday and they saw I was actually working on it, on the siding.
there have been no permits for any work on the property, so whether or not it's been done properly is anybody's guess.
Mr. Cook, were you on Northcott? Who was?
5727 Northcott.
Two city inspectors were there?
Matt Saliga? Oh yeah, there he was. I saw him outside yesterday.
There's been no progress on this property since March. Actually, they're in court as well. We've tried to do 2 inspections. They're actually at a $100 a day fine until it's actually inspected in the courts. We've had no contact with them. They failed to appear for 2 inspections with me and Bob Vale within the last 6 months or so. Definitely no progress.
I just found out from this gentleman, I called and got prices for an inspection and they were over $300. I can't afford that right now. He just told me that the city will come inspect it for $150. I didn't know that.
Do you live in this house?
Yes, I live there. It's the outside window. It's a big double pane window. It's the outside layer that's broken.
What kind of inspection are you talking about for $300?
I called Sherlock Holmes and I called another place.
The inspection we're talking about is a city you need a city inspection.
I didn't know that. I just talked to him and I told him that's why it wasn't done.
Don't pay Sherlock Holmes any money.
Yeah, it was $315 and I'll go pay for the city downstairs right now. I didn't know
Okay,
that.
it's $150.
Right, I didn't know
I would
that.
just ask that we enter the order so another 6 months doesn't pass and we've got the same piles of garbage in the backyard and the same blue tarp that is now rotted away on the side of the house.
The tarp is off. I took it off on Tuesday. I've been working on the
I
siding.
heard there was no permits pulled?
Nope, no permits for any of this work. So whether
For
or
the
not,
siding, how much the siding was only like $300, I didn't even pay $300 for it.
No, the purpose of having a permit is to make sure that, so the city has notice that you're working on the home so they can come out and see what's going on. It's not about the money that's involved in the repair. It needs, there's certain codes you have to comply with the city, right? So you can't just go and willy-nilly put up siding if it's not being done to code. That's why the
Okay.
permit's important.
Sure, can you bring me back up to speed once again? There's a bankruptcy involved?
there was a
Yes.
bankruptcy, Attorney Janetis represents the lender, and they filed relief from stay. So basically, they've asked the bankruptcy court to stay the order so they can foreclose on the property and they can make the repairs, since obviously nobody who lives there wishes to make the repairs.
Since they have the security interest, they want to protect the security interest because they understand that it's threatened based on this action under the Unsafe Building Act.
So, chapter 7 or chapter 13 or?
It's 7 or 13.
I don't know what's the difference. I'm paying.
13 you make payments
I'm
on.
making payments.
13.
I'm doing 13.
So first, your recommendation is to affirm the order?
Yes, I'd like you to enter the order. We can stay it if she goes and pulls some permits, but if she's not gonna pull permits, we must.
You got a full
I'll pull
permit?
a permit for the siding. I didn't know I had to. It was only $300 that I spent on siding.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah, that's fine, but I still think we should enter the order so that she'll stop messing around with this.
Please
Or do
pull a
you-
permit
I'll
so
go
they can
down.
track what you're doing and then, because otherwise they're gonna,
Right, I'll go downstairs and do it now.
Matt, you haven't been inside the building?
We have not.
Doing any work on the inside, man?
No.
Drywall or anything?
No.
We're gonna have to do the interior inspections, so you have to pay for interior inspections, so Mr. Cook, go in there, before you put up any siding, cover any wood that's damaged or needs to be replaced, we're gonna need the inspection, Mr. Cook will.
Well, I'm almost done. I only have a little bit on the top part.
And that's part of the problem, because we don't have a permit, we don't know what you did, we don't know what you covered up, we don't know what's underneath the siding that you're fixing. That's part of the problem, that's why we're gonna do demo inspection, make sure it's gonna be done, everything needs to be done, it's gonna be done.
Go downstairs, pay for the inspection, right?
When was that dormer added to this building?
I'm sorry?
When was that dormer added, that raised roof? Was that something recent?
No, this was like more than 5 years ago.
How long have you owned it?
I've lived there 11 years. I've owned it 11 years.
pull a permit.
Are there living quarters up there? Because some of those windows look awful small. I don't think it's got the right amount of window area.
All that's gonna be determined when she pays for a demo inspection, Mr. Cook goes and finds out.
Do you live in the whole house or do you rent any of it
No,
out?
I live in the whole house. I have 4 children.
Is it the same size?
I'll make a motion that we affirm the order.
Second.
We'll stay it till the next status date of November 20th. We'll stay on the demo, you need to get that inspection
Demo?
like right away.
Okay, so I pay for a,
Go downstairs, demo inspection right away, that's
Demo
what you should do
inspection
first, don't
and
even
the
pull
permit.
permits at this point. Just go pay for the demo inspection downstairs, okay?
thank you.
Thank you.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Next address, 3330, oh, we did that one, sorry. Next address, 1033 Spruce Street.
Anybody from 1033 Spruce?
Okay, nobody appears, Mr. President, there's been absolutely no progress. There was an inspection done back in April, but they might have decided it was too much money to fix it, and I would ask that we update the order and enter order demolished.
Make a motion to affirm that order?
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Next address is 5554 Walter Avenue.
Did you have somebody here?
5554 Walter. Mr. President, the record would reflect that there was an inspection made, however, no inspection has been, I'm sorry, the inspection was requested, however, nothing's been paid for, no permits have been pulled. We would ask the board to affirm the order, enter the order as presented.
Chris, did you say you thought somebody was here?
No, it's a different Walter Street, sorry.
I'd like to make a motion that we affirm that order.
Motion? Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Next address, 938 Wilcox.
We already did that one, I believe. We're done. Yeah, we're done.
Next item, item I, correspondence received from the Sidon Law Group, PC, requesting a continuance of a hearing on the revocation of business license for Star Foods, 1205 Chicago.
Chris, how long are we continuing 1205 Chicago?
Which one's called?
Item I.
Oh, it's up to you if you want to continue it or not. It's not my fault this guy decided to leave the country. If you want to bump it, he left the country for a month. There are criminal charges being investigated by the police, which might explain why he's leaving the country for the month. But if you want to bump it to the first week of October, that's up to you.
We've had this numerous times.
Yes, we have.
And then they changed owners?
I think they have an attorney in here.
Right, they had Attorney Haddad, and then there's the attorney in Chicago.
Then they changed owners?
No, it's still the same owners, they changed corporation names.
Is it open right now?
Yes, it's open right now, I drove by there yesterday. So if you want to sit to the first week of October and say final continuance, that's fine, by then the criminal charges might have been filed.
Motion that we move this October 2nd.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Item J, correspondence received from Attorney Jim Foster requesting a hearing on property located at 4839 Elm Avenue set for September 18, 2014, be continued.
Does he give a date that he wants, since
He'd like it continued.
he's continuously traveling?
He'd like it continued. Not indicate a date.
How about October 2nd?
Does he give us an excuse of why he wants to continue this again? 2012?
He's been assigned for an appearance in the Fourth Superior Court.
This case has been pending since 2012.
And that case is gonna be, heard Thursday, September 18th.
Could that be the final, I guess the board consider that to be the final continuance? We've been prepared to go forward with this since 2012. Appreciate it.
Give him 30 days from the 18th.
October 16th.
Thank you.
And this is the last.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item K, rental registration hearing on property located at 829 175th Place. 829 175th Place. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was just a late rental registration.
Late?
Yeah.
Why are we late?
Well, the tenant started renting it out in June 1st, and I just didn't register it.
It was vacant before June 1st?
Yes.
When did it become vacant?
April?
What?
April 1st, 5th, I don't know, sometime in April.
Christianity, history on 829 175th Place?
Unfortunately, both people that have access to Manatron water records are on vacation. Mr. Gallen's on vacation.
Short answer, no.
Right. Yeah. So,
How long do you own the building, sir?
Since December 2009.
there's procedures in place, policies in place that if it's not occupied, before April 15th, it's vacant at that time, you come and fill an affidavit saying that the property is vacant, it's not being used as rental. He has 30 days after that lease agreement to come in and register at that point.
Sir, do you own any other properties in the city?
Yeah, and they're up to date. Tapper and Howard.
So this is the only one that wasn't registered on time?
Correct.
They needed to file.
And we've had that policy in place for years.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee, but pay rental. Is it a single family?
Yes.
Unit must be registered at the $80.
Fair.
Motion,
Second.
all those in favor? Ayes have it, so.
Thank you very much.
Today, you're gonna notice in the mail.
I understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 7806 Northcott Avenue. Morning.
Hi. The house just became a rental in July. I lived in the house for 5 years. Last fall, I got broken into a couple times, and I went to live with my fiance in Peatone.
July of 2014 is the first time it's been rented?
First this year. Last year, for 3 months, my son moved in there and I said, just pay the utilities. So I got broken into last summer. I had my air conditioner stolen this year already out back. So in July, well, during this time, those 3 months, it was out of the utility was out of my name. And in July, I had to do some work. I got a new roof, I got all that stuff done, and I had it up for sale myself. And this young couple wanted to purchase, but they wanted to rent first. So in order for it to, I didn't want to rent it, but I did because I don't want nobody tearing it up because I want to keep it nice in case I would have to go back there. But I wasn't aware of it, and this was the paper that my tenant gave me, which was dated May 27, 2011. And I don't know, I would be willing to register it if I knew about it.
Okay. All right, two things. If you continue to register, to rent it from now on, it has to be done before April 15th every year. If for some reason somebody moves out, we have to sign an affidavit with you guys, right, Kelly? Downstairs in the building department on the basement floor, ground floor. So I'd like to make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $80.
Sure.
Motion is second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. You pay today
I will.
or
I got everything.
in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, remember April 15th.
I won't forget.
Item M, rental registration hearing on property located at 704450 Arizona Avenue.
Mr. President, I've talked to the building department, we want to grant the appeal on that property.
Is this a 2-unit?
It is a 2-unit.
Like to waive the late fee, but the 2 units must be registered at the $80 per unit.
Thank you.
Motion,
Second.
all in favor? Ayes have it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item N, rental registration hearing on property located at 6304 Van Buren Avenue. Morning.
Hi, I'm here for my mom, Ronnie. She needs to get those rental stickers for the apartments, but she can't afford the late charge.
The address listed for her rental is 6304 Van Buren.
Yes.
And we have her address where we mail the stuff is at 6304 Van Buren.
Yes.
Does she live there?
Yes, she does. But she has a studio apartment off of her house that,
So it's just one rental?
it's 2, but the other one is vacant right now. Oh, wait. What, Mom? Come here. Can you get it?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Watch my purse. Okay. Okay, what do I have to say?
Well, they're gonna ask you questions.
We have one question, or a couple.
Okay.
So is it, you live in 1 unit and you have 2 units that you rent?
Yeah, there's only one person there, though.
But you
Yes.
have 2 units you could?
Yes, yes.
It's been registered in the past?
You know what, when I first moved here in '90, I had gotten the stickers, they were $10 then. So, you know what, my family started moving in, my sister-in-law, all of them, so it was family-owned here.
Weren't renting it then?
I'm sorry?
When your family was there, were you charging them rent?
No. No, and that's, they lived there for a while until everybody started dying. So it's just me there, and I got this letter for, well, actually, I've got a tenant that lives on the first floor. This guy's nasty. He refused to pay his rent unless I got that sticker. Yeah, and they haven't, let's see, okay.
We understand. Kelly?
I don't have any information on this property.
Chris?
No, I have no information. Okay, is it rented now? Is there somebody there paying rent now?
Just one person, but they don't pay it half the time until the sticker goes on the door.
If you have your appeal rent granted and you register today, will they start paying rent?
Yes.
Okay, so it is a rental. How many units is 6304 Van Buren?
There's 3, but there's only 2 that...
She lives in 1, Chris?
Okay, there's 2
Yeah,
rental units.
I live in 1, yes.
And why did you miss the April 15th deadline?
I didn't know about it, to be honest with you.
She's on dialysis, she can't get around that good, and...
Okay, we can do it this way.
I've got a letter here if you want to see it from the dialysis people.
No, I mean, she's gonna have to do it every year. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that now.
Through the mail.
Yeah, that's the most important, like, every year, whether you get the letter or not, April 15th, and the date's not gonna change, April 15th.
Mr. President, I ask that you grant the appeal and allow her to register the 2 rental units at $80 apiece.
Even though,
One's vacant.
Or she's not renting?
No, I
Yeah.
thought you said you lived in one.
I live in 1, yeah, but I don't pay for 1, do I?
Right, and then there's 2 other ones.
Yeah, but there's only one person renting in
Okay, then
it.
she needs to fill out the affidavit for the vacant one.
There's an affidavit downstairs that you fill out that nobody's living in one of your rental units.
Okay,
Unless during the course of the year, you decide to rent it out, you're able to.
I understand.
And you'll have to come back and pay the $80.
Okay.
For the unit that's vacant right now. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna waive the late fee on both of them. And you're only gonna pay $80 right now, but if throughout the course of the year, somebody rents it out, the vacant one, you'll have to come back and do the 80.
Okay.
If both units are being rented out next April, or before April 15th,
Uh-huh.
you'll have to pay the $160,
Okay.
okay?
All right, thank you.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee on both. One unit has to be registered 80. She must fill out the affidavit that nobody's living in the other.
Second.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. You can do the affidavit on the ground floor
Okay,
this morning, and
okay.
wait till after the meeting, if you wanna pay today, or you'll get a notice in the mail and pay it immediately.
If
Thank
I-
you so much.
If I pay today, I pay downstairs?
You can wait here, you'll have the paperwork here after the meeting.
The meeting's almost over.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Item O, run a registration hearing on property located at 4903 and 4907 Hickory Avenue. Morning.
Good morning.
Are you Mr. Guzman?
Yes,
Mr. Guzman, we have two addresses for you, but the address where we send correspondence to you is 4903 Hickory. Do you live at 4903 Hickory?
yes.
Is it a rental unit? Or you,
Only the second floor. I live on the first floor.
and has it been registered in the past?
No.
How long have you owned it?
I own it since 2004, but nobody was living in it until like about 2008. I was living on 4907 in that time.
Okay, hold on. So you live in 4903, but the second floor is rented?
Yes,
How long has the second floor been a rental unit?
since 2009. I mean 2010.
Okay, so that's 4 years. Now what about 4907?
That one I've been living in there since when I bought it.
Hold on, you can't live at both places.
No,
4907
I moved. When I bought the place, I started living on 4907.
Okay, stop. When you lived at 4907, was the first floor of 4903 being rented out?
No, it was empty.
Okay. So you moved to
The
4903?
whole building was empty.
Okay. Okay. When you were living in 07, how many units are in that place?
It's only one.
Okay, so when you moved to 4903, you rented out all of 07?
Yes.
4907? And how long has that been a rental?
2009. Yes, I moved around those
5
years.
years?
5 years? So you've been renting out 2 units for 5 years,
Yeah, yes.
and you never registered both units before?
No, sir.
How come?
I wasn't aware of it.
Do you own any other properties in the city besides these 2?
No, that's it.
So you've had them fully rented for 5 years?
Well, people been going on and off.
Okay, well,
But
yeah, for
yes,
the most
pretty
part,
much,
they've been
yes.
registered.
Dan can do the math, he's an engineer.
When did it change?
In 2010, it became 80, prior to 2010, it was $10.
480 is 320. Two at 10, right?
Correct.
660.
So it's not for government work.
I'd like to make a motion that all the late fees have to be paid since 2000.
Not late fees, registration.
Sorry, registration fees. Since 2009, which is a total of $660, plus one $500 late fee for 1 year.
I'll second that motion.
Motion, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. You can either pay after the meeting, sir, or you'll get a notice in the mail.
I get a notice in the mail so I can make payments or just one-time payment?
One-time payment, sir.
What's the total?
1,000.
$11.60?
11.
$1,160.
What about registration? I didn't know about registration. How?
From now on, before April 15th of every year, it has to be registered, and I'm sure that the gentleman to your right will be contacting you soon to do an inspection of both properties.
That will be registered within 30 days.
It has to be paid and registered within the next 30 days, or you can wait till after the meeting and pay it today.
If it's not paid within 30 days, all late fees will apply.
Thank you.
like to recognize Councilman Manez, who's with us this morning. Good morning. Item P, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 19 Doty Street and 1130 Highland Street.
I'll take that.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. President. James Driscoll here for 19 Doty Street. I have a signed agreement to rehabilitate, signed by my client, Tom Ogrodowski, the owner, which Attorney Kantar and I work together to.
I would just ask the board to approve it. It's demolition property.
Motion that we approve.
Motion, second, all those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you, sir. Item Q, correspondence received from Scott Middle School requesting permission to hold a 5K run on Saturday, September 27, 2014, beginning at 9 a.m. with route.
I'd like to make a motion that we send this to Public Works and Chief Doty.
Motion,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item R, agreed motion for the continuance of the hearing on property located at 584 Sibley Street to September 25th, 2014.
We are having a hearing on this property again?
Chris?
It turned out that there was never a time where both the city and the owners were present for a hearing. So we have agreed that instead of keep sending it over and over for unknown reasons, we're going to just vacate the hearing, that whatever order occurred, and start over and do a full hearing with both sides present on September the 25th, and there'll be no further continuance.
Is that Mr. Voski's
Yes.
case?
We're just going to do what we have, and then that will be the end of it, and then the board will issue an order, and if he wants to appeal that order to Superior Court, please due process for served.
Gotcha.
Make a motion that we do continue this till September 20th.
Final continuance, no further continuance.
Final continuance to September 25th.
Motion,
Second.
all in favor? Ayes have it. Correspondence from 3rd District Councilman Anthony W. Higgs requesting ornamental lighting to be placed on Field Street from Calumet Avenue to Reverend Burns Drive.
Motion to refer to engineering.
I think we did. We'll do it again.
Second.
Motion, ayes have it. Item T, garage sale permit submitted for approval. Motion,
Second.
all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item 6, matters from board members. Item 7, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Item 8, new business. Item 9, old business. Item 10, the meeting is now open to the public. Yes, sir.
To the podium, so we can hear you. This microphone.
Excuse me, Randy? We've got a property that was scheduled for, demolition. It's Kennedy Avenue. And then last month, one of our representatives came in and got a continuance till today. Of course, we're not on the docket.
Address, sir.
6324.
324.
Yeah, here's a property we're talking about, if you want it. Yes, ma'am, there you go. So it's scheduled for demolition, and we needed an agreement, a rehab agreement, I guess. See, Mr. Hendricks here, I'm Tom Gerstner, by the way, and I'm representing United Services. He contracted United Services to bring the building back up to code. You know, I'm the guy that does it, of course, but.
So what was the problem with the continuance that we already gave? How come it hasn't been started?
Well, yeah. That's what we're here today to try to
Mr. President, I don't have
work
this
this
on
out.
the agenda, but I know this building doesn't have a roof.
Right.
The steps to take something off our demolition list is the same for everybody. Go to Kurt, pay for, and obtain an inspection. Once the inspection is done.
We've done that.
A rehab agreement is drafted. Once the rehab agreement is drafted, the work in that rehab agreement must be completed. Once it is completed and the building department signs off, the order is lifted from the property and clean title exists.
This is the first we've heard of the rehab agreement. I'd love to do that today. You know, the court will allow.
Have you spoken to Mr. Cook?
Today.
For the first time today.
What have you guys
Briefly.
been doing since the continuance was granted?
With the property was all messed up, it was filled with junk, there was trees growing in it. We vacated the entire property and started putting more material on there, like I'm the mason contractor. We brought our block out, we brought our sand out, we're drawing up a.
What did you bring the block out for, to start doing some type of work?
Yeah, a lot of the block work is in real bad shape and that's on our list, on our inspectional sheet.
Did you start doing the work?
We were told, this is on the inspectional sheet, but I didn't pull a permit yet.
You need to get
Because
back
of this
together-
date today.
You need to get back together with Mr. Cook and
How do we get it off the demolition list?
Finish the work.
Can we start the work before, I mean, what if it gets demoed tomorrow?
Mr. Cook?
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Please, sir, help me.
I could leave you guys.
Yes, sir.
Wish to then awarded, the permit has not been issued for them, but it's ready. We want to stay this for 1 week, give him 1 week. And he doesn't own the property.
I know it.
He owns the property.
If,
This gentleman signed a rehab agreement. Hopefully Chris can make it within a week, and you sign it next week, we can say it. But he's wanting to talk to me in the back about, well, I want to do this part, and I want to do that part. I'm not negotiating the rehab agreement. Guess what I put down in the court?
So the roof is collapsed on
it was, when I bought it, it was already down, so I just hold it off.
Is it even worth rehabbing?
Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely not.
Well, my concern is, and maybe, there's a bar next door, if it's gone, there'll just be free parking for the bar. And I thought, well, if he can use it, and, well,
Gentlemen,
they don't wanna
I'm
buy
real on this guy on this. I want the property, I'm gonna lease the property off of him. I'm a mason contractor. In town, by the way, I've been licensed in Hammond for probably 20 years. I want this for cold storage. I need scaffold and planks inside nowadays. I want this building for cold storage with a 24 by 24 office space. Half of the building is mason structurally, half of the building is real tight. Half of the building isn't. I'm a mason contractor. I knock down the
Okay,
block walls,
gentlemen.
put them up.
All right, gentlemen, we have to get together with Mr. Cook here. get
Be
the
happy to take care of that
rehab
one week.
agreement worked out. Post haste, I mean, next week,
I mean, I could write it today if somebody emails me the inspection report, the address of the person who owns the property, because I don't know who owns the property here.
I do.
Okay, and I need the address of the person who owns the property, I need the inspection agreement and the terms, and then I can get it done today. This is the first I've heard of any of it.
Kurt, is it zoned for that, what he wants to do?
separate issue.
Yeah, separate issue.
Thank you.
If it didn't meet zoning, it would get a permit. But I'm pretty sure it's local commercial.
Then you need to talk to him, sir.
Okay.
Can I have one more question?
Yes, sir.
If this doesn't get worked on and it gets torn down, can I just hire to get it torn down, or we have to?
No, you can do it, you can always
Okay.
demolish, you can do it today if you want.
Okay, I just thought that somebody already got awarded it. I didn't
No,
want
it doesn't matter.
to step on anybody's toes, but it just seemed like, why you guys have to?
Well, we do usually get it cheaper, just, you know.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because we get a lot of them this time.
Okay, all right.
So, you understand what you need to do? Very good.
I think so. All right.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, but I can't hear a damn thing sitting here.
See
For the
her
bid
after
opening?
the meeting, and she'll give you
Show him some
the
numbers, okay.
Anyone else from the public?
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, there were some properties that were set on the agenda today that got continued, and I believe yours is one of them, right?
Yes.
5658 Walter?
Yes.
That's what I said, somebody's here for Walter, I had the right block, wrong house. That one was set to November 20.
5554 Walter?
Correct. No,
5658 Walter.
5658
It's not on.
Continued. It's on the list of continued to November 20th. Did your letter say August 28th? Or did it say November 20th? Or you didn't get all
It said August 28th, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. President, 5658 Walker's continued to November 20th.
What's the address again?
5658 Walter Avenue.
5658.
Yes.
Okay.
The Board of Works, last week, in a letter, continued all these properties, and letters were supposed to go out. I don't think they went out. They didn't go out right.
Well, I got mine, and I did get the permit, and we did redo the rent of the roof, and I owe like $2,000 on the roof. I did get a dumpster, but everybody was dumping trash in my dumpster, so I kind of let it go back, and then we're on the midst of cleaning out everything in the house now, so we can start on the inside, but we had to do the roof first. So I didn't want to overload myself with a bill and couldn't afford it.
5658 Walter.
Looks like it's two residents, three in.
Doesn't sound familiar?
I apologize. I remember you, I don't remember the house.
So anyway, this is
The blue house.
Chris, this
I'm sorry, what is the, everything's going,
sorry.
what is the address we're talking about?
5658
Walter
Walter.
is continued to November 20th.
Okay. So ma'am, you're continued to November 20th. So
Okay.
continue to make your progress.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Herbert Lewis. I was here to get a variance. We do a 9/11 ceremony at our house every year, and we do fireworks. Brian Miller, what's that?
173rd?
Yes.
Chris?
I'm sorry.
This gentleman does the fireworks in the 9/11 ceremony, 173rd in, I don't know, California?
No, 173rd right there by Hessville Park. We've been doing it for years. Brian Miller just tells me I need to come in and get a variance every year to do it. They're just regular fireworks we buy at the stand. It's part of the ceremony we've been doing ever since. Just remembrance of 9/11.
We're only allowed to do the fireworks on the 12 holy days unless, of course, the Board of Works approves a permit to do it.
And that's why I'm here today.
I think we did last time. You've been holding this every.
We've been doing it ever since the first year, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we gave approval in previous years. Right. Secretary confirms that.
Got a motion?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Yes, sir.
Good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. My name's Richard Rodriguez. Actually, my house went up for bid today, 5730 Northcott. I haven't been able to do any repairs. We had entered in, into an agreement with the city of Hammond to rehabilitate the property. I've been waiting on a settlement to come through for the house. Unfortunately, my lawyer walked out on the firm with no notice, and I just recently started another job that I can actually perform everything without waiting for the settlement money. So what I'm asking is for a renewal of the rehabilitation agreement.
The process that you need to do, and I spoke to him earlier today, we have a current rehab agreement.
That is correct, yes.
It needs to be extended. This interim rehab, draw the extension, so that you the process still goes through. You just noticed.
Right.
Went out for bid today. This will be open a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But as long as they sign the extension,
Okay.
the actual demolition will be stayed.
Okay.
But if you do not follow
Follow through with the agreement. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll get Chris.
So you live next door to 5730 Northcott?
I'm sorry?
Cross street.
We got a 57.
Right, that's across the street. Right.
Okay, so you see Attorney Cantar about the extension, sir?
Yes.
So see Attorney Cantar, she'll help you with the extension.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Anyone else in the public? Anyone else in the public?
There was a lady here that wanted a block party. I don't know where she went.
Is that her?
Has
Oh,
ever done an inspection?
No, I don't know where she went.
What is your name?
All those in favor? Ayes have it.